Stop abusing yourself with consistency. I'm not being consistent. I should be consistent. I wish I was consistent. How can I be consistent? Oh my God, you guys. I know this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I invite you to just for a second here, hang on with me and walk on this journey of a little bit of a different point of view. What if you stopped abusing yourself based on how consistent you are or you think you should be and you aren't? It's not to say that consistency is bullshit. That's not what I'm saying. Just clarifying here. What I am saying here is I see so often people in today's world really judging the crap out of themselves based on where they are not being consistent, where they think they should be consistent. And there's so much judgment underneath that. There's so much harshness that we perpetrate on ourselves based on everywhere we think we're not being persistent, we're not being consistent, not persistent, consistent. I want to share an example of how it's showed up this whole conversation today. So, I've been on a 101-day journey to basically be making daily choices every single day. And there are five things that I've chosen for myself. And I'm calling this challenge actually Self Love 101, because my invitation is that let's practice honoring ourselves through our choices. Because a lot of times we decide we're going to do something and then we create it as a should, create it as like a no choice universe. We stop asking questions, we stop looking at what we're doing. We're just focused, very focused. And all of these are beautiful things, right? Focus, consistency, they do create more. But it's about how we use these phenomena, these concepts, these even ways of creation against ourselves. And so I am going to say I've done most of my daily fives, is what I'm calling them. I've done most of my daily fives every day, except for one or two. Like I've not been perfect on my journey at all. And I was recognizing how this is literally at the core of a lot of what my clients struggle with too. Like people come to me all the time desiring to be more consistent that they are, desiring to find that space of rhythm, which I would say is more accurate than consistency, because consistency comes with a lot of preconceived notions, assumptions attached, a lot of pockets through which you can start judging yourself. But I invite you to start looking at, instead of looking at creating consistency, look at creating a rhythm in your life. Because the rhythm is more like a season, right? There are going to be seasons where you are really, like in springtime, the trees, the crops are actively blooming, right? They're actively producing. And then after the summer, like there are phases, there's a rhythm in how the season moves, and there's rest in that. There's a period of where one could argue, oh my God, the tree is being lazy, the crop is being lazy, it's not consistently producing. You see what I'm trying to get to here? How much we abuse ourselves with this whole notion about consistency, and how much do we in fact limit ourselves from showing up as the best that we are somewhere within. I'm not even going to say best version. It's not a version of you, it's who you are. You are amazing, but we don't allow ourselves to know that all the time, do we? And so that's what I want to invite you today and request of you today. Please stop beating the crap out of yourself based on this whole paradigm of consistency. And in the modern world, if you're like an entrepreneur in today's era, like there's so much that the world tells you: you've got to post consistently, you've got to do this consistently, you've got to do that consistently. And if you're not doing any of those, then what? You judge yourself. And when you're judging yourself, what suffers the most? Your productivity. So it's all very weirdly intertwined. And so I really want to invite you to start breaking apart these pieces a little bit and start really looking at how are the ways in which you function, what are the rhythms and seasons of your life that you've got to start including without judgment to even begin to start creating consistently, right? So, not the judgment of consistency that we use to beat the crap out of ourselves based off, but the consistency that springs from you embracing your rhythms, you embracing your seasons, you embracing your ebbs and your flows. So I hope this unpopular opinion that I'm sharing here today about stop abusing yourself with consistency sparks some curiosity, some awareness, a different point of view, and gives you like a different take on your life, your creations, and your dreams.